of Special Monitoring Mission OSCE Bociurkiw. He will inform you about the general security situation in Ukraine and about the main activities of the mission.
In the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission to Ukraine, spokesman Bociurkiw will update on the general security situation in Ukraine and on the mission latest activities.
Доброго дня. First of all, I wanted to draw to your attention that we have a beautiful new infographic. It will come out every 2 weeks, both in Ukrainian and English. We put copies at the back of the room there. We get a lot of questions, as you may imagine, on numbers of new monitors, on their nationalities, and we also have a list of recent developments. So this is part of our effort to give you more information, and I hope you find it of use. Перше трохи українською буду говорити. Головні новини.
I will speak English. The main news from on December 6th. Since we continue to monitor the implementation of provisions of the Minsk Protocol and Memorandum and the work of the Joint Center for Control and Coordination, so-called GCCCC in particular, it noted attempts in Donetsk to implement a ceasefire and arrange for the withdrawal of heavy weaponry. Then about GCCCC in Donetsk, SMM visited the meeting of Central Control and Coordination, Ukraine Control, the head of the Ukrainian side, and the head of the Russian representation to Southeast UN and DNR members. Participants discussed options for the implementation of durable ceasefire, in particular at Donetsk airport. Also, for on the second near Makiivka on the 2nd of December, SMM observed how 27 unmarked green military-style trucks moved to the west. Approximately 3 kilometers north from Ilovaisk, SMM observed 4 unmarked APC moving southeast, each with a machine gun mounted on top. A little bit about our drones. Also on the 2nd of December, approximately at 2 p.m., unmanned drone was in the area 3 kilometers southeast of Pavlopil, in area of ongoing fight, and it spotted a military-style truck with 6 people around it. Almost immediately, they started to shoot at the drone, and they used probably mortar, anti-aircraft gun. None of them got into the drone. Then it noticed 3 tanks and 3 BTR, and in 2 hours after the incident, the drone observed 2 tanks. Also on the 2nd of December, in one of the suburbs of Donetsk, and monitors saw destroyed buildings, houses of civilians, including a kindergarten Voronka. Local people and members of DNR told SMM that they didn't have nobody's wounded or killed. And the last news, that was on the 30th of November. SMM team observed the delivery of medical supplies and from NGO Doctors Without Borders to the district hospital in Sloviano-Serbsk, which is not far from the demarcation line. The SMM helped to provide those supplies together with NGO in Severodonetsk. because the doctors definitely needed basic medicine and food. We were told that they don't have heating and no power in that hospital.
A couple of numbers from the latest status report that we have at the front of the room. So as of this moment, we have a total of 341 international monitors. And this is a result, of course, of the mission continuing to expand. And of the 341, almost 160 monitors are to be found in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Hence, you will see that our daily reports, which are, of course, available online every day, are getting a bit more longer and detailed. And I just wanted to pick out a couple, or two or three highlights from the report of December 3rd, which highlights what we saw on the 2nd of December. In the DPR-controlled Donetsk, the Special Monitoring Mission attended a meeting of the head of the Ukrainian side of the JCCC. And the heads of attending there was the head of the Ukrainian side of the JCCC and the head of the Russian representation to Southeast Ukraine. And the participants there discussed options for the implementation of a durable ceasefire, in particular at government-controlled Donetsk airport. And I wanted to just remind everyone here that the SMM is not chairing these meetings. We're witnessing them, observing, and reporting on them. Also, on December 2nd, near DPR-controlled Bociurkiw, which is 10 kilometers east of Donetsk, the SMM observed 27 unmarked green military-style trucks that were moving west. And also on the 2nd, approximately 3 kilometers north of DPR-controlled Ilovyansk, we observed 4 unmarked armored personnel carriers, also known as APCs, moving southeast, and each of them had mounted on top 7.62 millimeter machine guns. Also, a quick update on our unmanned aerial vehicles, which, as you know, are based near Mariupol, and they did fly yesterday. But on the 2nd of December, at approximately 1400 hours, a UAV was in the area 3 kilometers southeast of Pavlopil, which is 25 kilometers northeast of Mariupol, which is also an area of ongoing fighting. The UAV spotted a military-style truck with 6 people around it. And then almost immediately, as soon as this was detected, the UAV received 8 to 10 rounds, or observed 8 to 10 rounds, assessed to have been from a ZU-23, which is a 23 millimeter anti-aircraft gun that fired at the UAV. None of that live fire hit the UAV. And then 20 minutes later, 4 kilometers to the northwest, the UAV spotted 3 tanks and an APC. Now, almost 2 hours after the firing incident, at a location 7 kilometers southeast of the location of the firing incident, the UAV spotted 2 tanks. Right, and then I wanted to bring one more observation from the 2nd December forward. Within a 100 square meter area in a southwestern suburb of Donetsk, the mission observed damaged civilian buildings, including a kindergarten at 3 different locations. And local residents and members of DPR told the SMM that the area had been shelled the previous day, but there were no casualties. On the UAV incident, we, of course, wanted to take this opportunity to remind all sides, whether it's the UAV or whether it's our monitors, the 341 monitors, that there are 2 things we require to fully fulfill the mandate. Of course, one of them is freedom of access, unfettered access, and the other one is safety and security for our monitors. Now, as we said in the last briefing and the briefing before that, we continue to monitor the deteriorating humanitarian situation inside the conflict zone, along the conflict line, and also, of course, outside of the conflict zone throughout Ukraine. A reminder, we have monitors in 10 plus locations throughout the country. That's why I wanted to bring to your attention on November 30, the mission monitored the delivery of medicines and other medical supplies by the NGO Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières, to the district hospital and the neuropsychiatric hospital of the town of Slavlino-Sibelsk, situated close to the contact line. Now, the delivery has been facilitated by the Special Monitoring Mission through contacts with MSF in Severodonetsk, as the hospitals were in dire need for basic medicine supply and foodstuffs, and also we were told that they've been lacking heating and electricity. Finally, if I may, I wanted to just remind everyone of events going on 4th and 5th of December in Basel. The OSCE foreign ministers are convening for the annual ministerial council meeting to assess progress and take decisions on new commitments to ensure political, military, economic, environmental, and human security. The event brings together foreign ministers and delegations from the 57 OSCE participating states, including, of course, Ukraine. And this two-day council occurs at the end of every year and in the final stages of each chairmanship. And as you should know by now, the Swiss are the ones who have the chairmanship of the OSCE this year. The event marks as a kind of main central decision-making and governing body in the period between OSCE summits, and provides a rare opportunity for participating states and 11 partner countries to engage in high-level multilateral and bilateral talks on the current security relations and concerns. There's a lot of paperwork. There are around 20 draft declarations that are likely to be debated over these 2 days. And of course, with discussions also focusing on OSCE action in response to the crisis in and around Ukraine. And also this year there was a parallel civil society conference that was held there. Thank you very much. I'll take any questions.
Thank you so much, Michael. Колеги, чи є в нас запитання?
Are there any questions?
Mentioned that the mission noted an attempt in Donetsk to implement a ceasefire and arrange for the withdrawal of heavy weaponry. Can you elaborate a bit more on that? What sort of attempt, and where do we stand now? Because there was a very optimistic information a few days ago that the withdrawal is expected on December 6th.
You'll see our daily report coming out later today on yesterday's events, but of course our head of mission, Ambassador Apakan, on several occasions, including through me here and him personally here many times, has called for maximum restraint on all sides and for the path to continue to hold from the Minsk protocols and declarations that were signed in early September. He's also voiced many times the strong support for President Poroshenko's peace plan. Of course, as you can see from our report, there has been shelling continuing. We are monitoring these talks. Of course, we hope that there's an end to the bloodshed, to the shelling, as soon as possible. And as soon as there's any further news, of course, we hope it will be positive. We'll share it with you.
And just one more question from my side. Yesterday, the Human Rights Watch accused again the Ukrainian governmental military forces of use of cluster bombs on the territory of eastern Ukraine during the military operations. Can you comment on that?
We were present there, and we did have talks with Human Rights Watch, and we read over carefully their report and listened carefully, of course, yesterday to what they had to say. And you'll see in our daily reports from the past couple of months or so that there has been reporting on what is believed to be munitions from cluster rockets. We have not, it's very difficult, and we've not been able to ascertain where they came from, who used them, or exactly when they were used. And I also wanted to add that I know that many weeks ago when the report came out that media, well, I think there was some media reporting on what I said that we're denying that these exist, and that's not the case. We did report in our daily reports exactly what we saw, and we say exactly what we do see. So we did share that, that view, that information with Human Rights Watch, and of course, we'll continue to watch carefully what they have to say, and but I do refer you to our November 9th daily report, and there's some specific reporting there on what we saw.
Sure, we'll take a look. Колеги, чи є ще запитання? There are no more
Are there more questions?
dates, and we are looking forward to welcome you here
Thank you very
once
much.
again in a week or so. Колеги, дякую. На сьогодні робочий день завершено. Всім
Thank you very much. Our working day is over. Thank you.